Germany is supposed to be Europe's safe bet. Strong jobs, strong welfare, strong rules. But here's the number that should make you stop. In 2024, Germany had a net loss of about 80,879 German citizens. More Germans left than returned. In the same year, total net migration was still positive, at about 430,183. Translation? The country is replacing its own people. And the reason isn't one single scandal, it's a slow squeeze. Rent, taxes, energy, bureaucracy, and a future that feels smaller. Look at housing. In many cities, the market is tightening while construction stalls. In 2024, Germany completed about 251,900 dwellings, far below a political target of 400,000 per year. When supply misses by that much, prices don't have to explode overnight. They just keep rising until normal life breaks. Then comes the daily math. Germany's tax wedge for an average single worker was about 47.9% in 2024, one of the highest in the OECD. So you work, you pay, and you still watch your purchasing power struggle to recover. OECD data shows real wages in Germany were only about 0.4% higher in Q1 2025 than a year earlier, and still slightly below the level from Q1 2021. That's 4 years of running just to stay in place. Now add the hidden bill, energy. In 2025, the average household using 3,500 kilowatt hours paid around 115.6 euros per month for electricity. You can argue about causes, but you can't argue with the feeling. Every basic cost has a monthly subscription now. So why does nobody want to live in Germany anymore? Not literally nobody. Germany is still attracting people. The real question is darker. Why are Germans increasingly choosing to leave? To understand that, we have to zoom out. Because what's happening isn't just a housing problem, or a wage problem, or an energy problem. It's a system problem, where the incentives quietly tell productive people, your best years might be worth more somewhere else. In this video, you'll see the 4 pressures turning the German model into an exit sign, and why the damage compounds year after year. Picture a 29-year-old nurse in Cologne. She isn't poor on paper, but after payroll deductions, rent, transport, and utilities, the margin for saving is thin. And when saving is thin, everything else freezes. Moving out of a shared flat, having kids, starting a business, even taking risks. A society can survive high costs or high taxes. What it can't survive is the belief that effort no longer upgrades your life. 1. The housing trap. Germany doesn't look like a country with a housing meltdown, because the meltdown is bureaucratic. It's a shortage that feels like paperwork. Start with a simple fact. New supply is not keeping up where people actually need it. Completions in 2024 were about 251,900 dwellings. Even analysts who disagree on exact targets still converge on the direction. Germany needs hundreds of thousands of new units each year just to stop the gap from widening. And when the gap widens, the market gets weird. Listings don't just get expensive, they get temporary, furnished, and for professionals only. In early 2026, the Grex rental index showed an average asking net rent of 14.41 euros per square meter across 37 cities and regions, while Munich hit 23.35 euros and Frankfurt 17.36 euros. That's not luxury penthouses. That's the baseline being advertised. So what happens when a normal 70 square meter apartment is priced like a financial product? People downsize, couples delay children, skilled workers stop moving to where the jobs are. And if you can't move for work, your wages don't rise either. The economy becomes sticky. Politicians respond with controls. Germany's rent brake limits new leases in many areas to roughly 10% above a local reference rent, and it has been extended federally through 2029. But controls don't create new apartments. And when construction is already slowed by high financing costs, tight planning rules, and long approval times, investors pull back even more. This is where Germany's reputation becomes a disadvantage. The country is famous for rules, permits, and meticulous process. That's great for engineering a car. It's disastrous when you need to build homes quickly. The result is a two-tier Germany. Insiders, who already have a contract, a cheap legacy rent, or family property. Outsiders, who pay the new price simply to exist in a city. And if you are a young German in that second tier, you start comparing. Not your life to your parents' life, your life to a spreadsheet in another country. Because the housing trap is only the first lock on the door. The second lock is what you take home after taxes and what your money buys after inflation. And that's where Germany's squeeze turns from annoying to life-changing. 2. The paycheck illusion. Germany still pays well in gross terms. The problem is what happens between gross and life. According to the OECD, the tax wedge for an average single worker in Germany was about 47.9% in 2024, meaning nearly half of total labor costs are absorbed by income tax and social contributions before the worker even touches the money. For many people, that's the moment the country stops feeling high wage and starts feeling high effort. Then inflation rewrites the rest. Real wages in Germany only recently started crawling back. The OECD notes real wages grew about 0.4% between Q1 2024 and Q1 2025, but still sat slightly below the Q1 2021 level. That's a long stretch where your salary number rises, but your lifestyle doesn't. Now layer in energy and everyday costs. In 2025, an average household consuming 3,500 kilowatt hours paid roughly 115.6 euros per month for electricity. Even when headline inflation cools, fixed bills don't feel cool. They feel permanent. 3. The labor market paradox. Here's the strangest part. Germany can have unemployment and shortages at the same time. In late February 2026, unemployment was around 3 million, about 2.98 million on a seasonally adjusted measure. At the same time, German labor market researchers describe a persistent shortage of skilled workers, with many qualified positions staying unfilled. One research report goes even further. To maintain labor force potential, Germany may need net immigration on the order of 400,000 people per year. And because emigration is significant, that implies gross inflows around 1.5 million annually. Read that again. A country that needs talent is also watching its own citizens leave. In 2024, Germans themselves recorded a net migration loss of about 80,879. That's not only a demographic issue, it's a signal. Because the people most able to leave are usually the people with portable skills, nurses, engineers, information technology workers, tradespeople with recognized qualifications. And once that group starts walking, everything gets harder for the people who stay. Longer waits for healthcare, fewer teachers, more stress on the pension system, higher contribution rates to fund it all. This is the feedback loop. High costs push people out. People leaving raises the burden on those remaining. The rising burden pushes more people out. But to understand why Germany's burden is rising so fast, we have to talk about the giant shadow sitting over every European welfare state: demographics. And Germany is hitting that wall first. 4. The demographic bill. Germany's problem is not that it became bad, it's that it became old. By 2035, 1 in 4 people in Germany is projected to be aged 67 or older. In 2024, it was closer to 1 in 5. That shift sounds slow until you realize it changes everything: who pays, who receives, and who has political power. Today, there are around 33 pensioners per 100 workers. By 2070, that figure could rise toward 61 per 100. At that point, the system isn't generous, it's mathematically stressed. Either benefits fall, contributions rise, retirement ages climb, or the country imports labor at historic scale. Usually, it's some painful mix of all four. And this is where the lifestyle question turns existential. If you're 25 to 40 in Germany, you're looking at high housing costs up front, one of the highest labor tax wedges in the developed world, a tight rental market that punishes mobility, and a future where your payroll deductions are more likely to rise than fall. That doesn't mean Germany is collapsing tomorrow. It means the deal is changing. For decades, the deal was simple. Accept high taxes, get stability, and build a comfortable life in return. Now, many feel the new deal is different. Accept high taxes, get long waiting lists, and rent forever. So why does nobody want to live in Germany? Because the country is drifting into a place where the middle class feels like a temporary visitor in its own economy. And if this sounds extreme, remember the numbers. 2024, net loss of about 80,879 German citizens. 2024, total net migration still about positive 430,183 overall. 2024, only about 251,900 dwellings completed, far below stated goals. 2024, tax wedge about 47.9% for the average single worker. 2025, real wages still not fully back to 2021 levels. 2035, 1/4 of the population projected to be 67 or older. Germany can still turn this around, but it would require speed, faster building, simpler permits, smarter incentives to work and invest, and a welfare state redesigned for an older society. Until then, the exit sign will keep glowing.